Welcome, students, parents, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends to the Miami University Virtual Commencement Experience. Wherever you are, and in whatever way you are joining us today, you will notice this commencement ceremony is unlike any created before. From all over the world, our graduates are taking part in this ceremony by coming together as avatars in virtual rooms, modeled after the hub on the beautiful Oxford campus. In this uniquely created virtual environment, they will be able to interact and chat with each other while watching the same live video streams that everyone else sees through Miami's webpage and Facebook Live. We are so glad that you have joined us today to celebrate the accomplishments of Miami's Class of 2020. And now, to begin our ceremony, we honor our nation and those who have dedicated themselves to its service. Please stand if you are able and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by graduating senior music major Anna Adams, accompanied by senior biochemistry and piano performance major Matthew Morris.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets let glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the 2020 May graduation at Miami University. Welcome to our graduates, families, friends, and alumni joining us from cyberspace. Let me also welcome all of our incredible faculty and staff. Thank you for your dedication, perseverance, creativity, and hard work in creating a long-distance learning semester for our students. A special shout out to our essential staff who kept Miami operating and kept our students, faculty, and staff safe and supported throughout the crisis. And we always thank our veterans and active service members at Commencement. This year, we send our gratitude for their courageous work during the pandemic, serving others in need and saving lives. And for all those joining today who work in the healthcare professions, nurses, physicians, administrators, and all those in the service industries, thank you for your bravery and service to humanity. We are all in this together, and everyone plays a vital role. We will all remember what we did in the pandemic of 2020. We will all remember your sacrifices for all of us. Renata and I feel a special connection with you. Many of you started your Miami career at the same time we did. I remember reading Spare Parts by Joshua Davis with you for our first year read, a story about inclusion, teamwork, ingenuity, and perseverance that inspired us all as we began our journey at Miami together. So much has happened in our years at Miami, including this virtual graduation ceremony in the midst of a global pandemic. Rarely has a graduating class entered a world so suddenly impacted by a global crisis and so eager for rapid transformation. It is not the booming job market you expected in January. But it is a place where your powerful character and intellect, developed and practiced here at Miami, will make a difference from this day forward. Your Miami education has equipped you with the skills, the mindset, and values to take these formidable challenges with expertise, courage, and optimism. You know how to embrace change, how to persevere, and how to stand in solidarity for success. Let me address those 3 points today. First, change. We have talked about change for your entire education. We know we live in a dynamic society where the future will not look anything like the past or the present. We didn't expect such rapid change, but it has come, and you are ready to lead through it. What does not change and will never change is your purpose as Miamians, to make the world a better place, as we say in our code, and as reflected in our values. Second, perseverance. Your rigorous education at Miami and the obstacles you have overcome have given you the grit to face whatever comes your way. Grit is a synthesis of passion and perseverance that never loses sight of the goal and never gives up. You have persevered through the demands of this education and the unprecedented disruption of COVID-19 in your final semester. You have achieved your goal of graduation. You will be agile to pivot when necessary, while maintaining your purpose with optimism, and you will overcome the challenges ahead. You will elevate not only your own success, but the well-being of everyone around you. You will keep our vision alive and strong. You are Miami. And finally, solidarity. Diversity and inclusion are a hallmark of your Miami education. We are of all races from all nations, as our alma mater declares. They are at the heart of our code of love and honor. We welcome a diversity of people, ideas, and experiences. Our solidarity is our strength in your project team, in your lab, in your club, in your class, and across all of our campuses. Solidarity will be a part of your strength in your career, in your community, and in our society. It is how we overcame the challenges of COVID-19 in our university. It is how we will overcome those challenges in our country and our world in the future. The virus reminded us that the health of any of us depends on the health of all of us. You are ready to build the vital solidarity with love and honor in the Miami way of serving others. You will ensure that the flourishing of the emerging world will be shared by everyone. You are graduating at one of the most significant inflection points in history since the Great Depression and World War II. We call the women and men who faced those world events the greatest generation. There is no handbook on how to proceed. Skills and knowledge are necessary, but they are not enough. The world needs a certain kind of person, one who knows how to apply their expertise effectively in any circumstance and for the good of everyone. You are those leaders. Your generation will lead us into the new world that will emerge from the disruption of the old one. We are proud to send you into that world today as Miami graduates. Love and honor, class of 2020, and congratulations.
Greg and I arrived at Miami in 2016. Just like many of you, we truly feel that we too are members of the class of 2020. I remember convocation on that hot, sunny, gorgeous day in Oxford. I remember my first visits to the regional campuses that week. I remember walking around our campuses and thinking how right Robert Frost was about our beauty. I remember thunderstorms that canceled making the Big M at Yager Stadium. I remember so much about that first week of our time here at Miami, but most of all, I remember the enthusiasm in your voices, the hope in your eyes, the joy of finding a new home, just like us at Miami. What I remember most is all of you, the heart and soul of this great institution we love so much. 2020 will always be a landmark year for us. A year of rapid change, a year of helping others. In our code of love and honor, we say we will demonstrate love and honor by supporting and caring for my fellow Miamians. And that's what you did. You persevered, you reached out, you did what Miamians do. You served others through empathy, creativity, passion, and compassion. Today we have a very special speaker. Ohio is fortunate to be led by a governor who acts to safeguard the health and well-being of our fellow Ohioans. The Honorable Governor Mike DeWine, Miami class of '69, he has proven himself to be a true leader in the most challenging of times. The New York Times called him a household name who took early and bold actions. Roll call said he was prescient. The BBC said he was resolute. He is the toast of Ohio's daily wine with DeWine. While others were still wondering whether there would be an NCAA March Madness basketball tournament, Governor DeWine acted to keep the fans and players safe, canceling the opening round games in Dayton. When others were wondering whether it was safe for students to attend school, Governor DeWine acted to keep students and families safe by moving to remote learning. When everyone needed a face mask, Fran DeWine, class of '71, stepped up. Leadership is not easy in a time of crisis. You must be sturdy-hearted, pure of soul. You must be grounded in values, character, and intellect. You must practice humility, pridesi quam conspici. You must have an unwavering commitment to protect and serve others. Throughout this crisis, Governor DeWine has been a true leader. He values the well-being of others and acts to meet any challenge. We are fortunate to call him both governor and a fellow Miamian. It is my pleasure now to introduce the Honorable Governor Mike DeWine, Governor of the great state of Ohio, graduate of the Miami class of 1969. Welcome, Governor DeWine.
Fran and I want to congratulate all of you in the Miami class of 2020. And congratulations also to your parents, your family, your friends, and all those who have helped you over the years. This is your day as well. This is a very special Miami class for us, as 3 of our grandsons, David, Matthew, and Jacob, are all graduating today. It's been over half a century since Fran and I first came as students to Miami, and it remains for us such a very special place. Our Miami experience was certainly not typical. I followed my girlfriend here, and we were married between our 2nd and 3rd year. Our son Pat and our daughter Jill were both born while we were students at Miami, and both of them would attend and graduate from Miami. Both would marry Miamians, and both would have sons born on the same day who are both graduating from Miami today. 2 of our other children, John and Alice, and our son-in-law Bill, are also Miami graduates. Our granddaughter Grace is concluding her 1st year here, and our grandson Brian will be starting in the fall. Your experience as seniors at Miami has certainly been unique. When I ran for governor, I certainly did not expect that I would be dealing with a once-in-100-years pandemic. As I look back on how Ohioans have dealt with the coronavirus, the first chapter was really written right here on this campus. When in January, some of your fellow students returned from China and then exhibited symptoms of the coronavirus, it all began. The students in Miami both did what they should have done, with the students isolating themselves, and Miami's Health Service, the Butler County Health Department, and the State Health Department all getting involved. We all breathed a collective sigh of great relief when the tests came back negative. But the Ohio coronavirus story had begun. Now, as the beauty of springtime here in Oxford surrounds us, as we weary of this virus, I am reminded of what the great World War II leader Winston Churchill told the British people at a time during the war in 1942, when they had grown tired and certainly must have felt that it had been going on for a very long, long time. And this is what Churchill said: "This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning." We have fought well, but this pandemic is a marathon, not a sprint. You will look back on this time as past generations have looked back at other times when our country has been sorely tested. Your children and your grandchildren will surely ask you, what was it like? What did you do? It's usually a war or some other great calamity that brings us together as a people, that makes us feel that we are truly in this together. In those times, our soldiers at the front line have been backed up by a whole country of people making sacrifices. Today, our nurses, our paramedics, those who work in our prisons, our nursing homes, and yes, those who stock the shelves at our grocery stores are in fact our soldiers. Our support for them is different, but no less important than what past generations have done to support those at the front lines. Each of us can contribute. Each of us must help. You will never have in your life a greater chance to impact so many people by what you do, seemingly little things, but things that truly matter. Things that will make a difference. Keeping 6 feet apart, wearing a mask, dropping off food for an elderly neighbor, staying in touch with your grandmother by Skype or call or even a letter. Former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, reflecting upon World War II, once said the following: "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along." And I believe that. These hard times make us stronger. Today you're tougher than you were. We all are. Many of you don't have a job yet, and many of you who do have a job aren't sure that that's really what you want to do. I certainly understand that. I started at Miami as a business major. I graduated as an education major, and I thought I was going to teach high school, history, and government. But life can and will take many turns. 14 years ago, I was in my 12th year in the United States Senate. I loved it and thought that I was pretty good at it. But in 2006, I lost my race for re-election. The day after that election, I called Miami's president and asked him if I might come here and teach. And amazingly, he said yes. I loved it. And the best part was the interaction that I had with my students. Now, around the same time, we learned that my father's pancreatic cancer had returned and that he was going to die. But because we were back in Ohio, I was able to spend time with both my parents in their final months, time that I never would have had with them had I still been working in Washington. And a few years later, at an age when most people would have happily retired, and many people, I guess, thought that I should have, and some still do, I ran for office again, and I won. You will learn more from your losses, from your mistakes, from your failures, than from all your successes. As I make some of the toughest decisions of my life in dealing with this terrible virus each and every day, and as we work to get our economy moving and protect our citizens, I try to remember what I've learned the hard way. The biggest mistakes I have made in life have been when I did not get enough facts did not ask enough questions, did not consult the right people, and simply when I did not dig deep enough. I've also been very sorry when I did not follow my instincts, when everyone else seemed to be going a different way, and when I figured, well, they must be right. So get the facts, dig deep, then trust your gut. Each of you graduating today has such great opportunities ahead, so be bold and take some chances on life. Along the way, you will face tough, life-changing decisions. You will face disappointments, challenges, and losses. And when you do, know that sometimes the best truly is yet to come. We will come out of this. We'll be stronger. Our scientists and our business people, and among them, many of today's graduates, will be the ones to find new treatments and vaccine and innovative and creative economic solutions. Things I think will change. We will value personal relationships more. We'll value family more. And we will understand better how we all truly are tied together. To the class of 2020, we wish you the very best. You are Miami. Each of you has so much to give that will help others. Through love and honor, you will make a difference in this world. Thank you, and good luck.
Good morning, 2020 graduates. I'm so happy to greet you today, albeit virtually, for the 2020 commencement ceremony. Typically, for the in-person graduate ceremony, I would be wearing my graduation regalia and greet you and your loved ones. This is one of my favorite days of the year because together we celebrate your accomplishment, an accomplishment that sets you among less than 14% of the US population. You've earned your graduate degree and we celebrate with you. During the last few months, you've finished theses, dissertations, research projects, and capstones. You've worked hard in groups and excelled in the lab. You spend hours poring over data and reading the literature. You've met with clients and worked in schools. You've even done all of this remotely. In this new world, you refined your skill set by adding remote learning, remote instruction, and additional techniques. Each will be needed as this world continues to evolve. You're doing things that we never dreamed of only a few months ago. We've seen you present at conferences and at the Graduate Research Forum. Some of you even learned how to do TED-style talks through our Red Hawk Talk program. And recently, some of you competed online for our 3-minute thesis. Truly stellar performances. We've connected with you via weekly professional development opportunities, donuts with the dean, and through the Graduate Student Association. We've collaborated with your leaders in the Graduate Student of Color Association, the Graduate Student Pride Association, and the Graduate Student Association. You've earned your graduate degree, and we celebrate with you. We will watch in earnest as you head into the next phase of your career. We look forward to continuing to support you in this next phase. Like every graduate of this university, you have a story to tell, a story of hard work, perseverance, and overcoming. These skills will continually set you apart. It's been our honor to be part of your journey. You've earned your graduate degree, and we celebrate with you. Doctoral and master students, as the interim dean of the graduate school, I say to you, you are the future of our field. We celebrate with you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Here it is, the special moment you have all been waiting for. Please rise if able. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the faculty and board of trustees of Miami University, as president of Miami University, I hereby confer the associate, bachelor's, master's, or specialist, or doctoral degree upon all those who have successfully completed the requirements. And now you have one last exam to pass before you graduate. Will all graduates please move your tassels from right to left? Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Miami University's newest alumni, the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Commencement has ended, and now you start the best part, taking the gifts that you have sown and sharpened at Miami University and putting them to use in the world. You are prepared, you are confident, you are courageous, and you will do great things. But before you start, let us pay tribute to Miami University with your very first act as an alumni, enjoying our alma mater. Congratulations, class of 2020.